Morning, mate.
Morning, mate. You all right?
Good. How are you?
Good, thanks. Yeah. Good.
Well, where we are today, Sam?
We are at Bradshaw Hall Fisheries, just outside Bolton.
All right. So we didn't speak that what we're going to do today is a sort of surprise for you.
Another surprise.
You love it, aren't
Oh,
you?
yeah.
So I thought that we can make a bit of challenge for you today.
Right.
What do you think that if you're going to make a challenge, that how many fish can you catch in 20 minutes?
How many fish in 20 minutes?
Yes. I know it's a sort of short time.
Yeah.
But it's generally F1 fishing and carp fishing here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all F1s and carp. Well, it's a few eyed and silverfish, but
But
you need to
that
target
sort
that.
of fishing, it requires like a quick decisions.
Yeah.
So that's why I thought that what you can do in 20 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Something different in it.
What do you think? How many fish you reckon you're going to catch?
I'm going for 5 or 6. If I catch 6, I'll be made up.
You are not really optimistic today.
No, it's just how cold it is, mate. Like I say, I can't see us, I'll be honest, I can't see us catching anything shallow. I think it'll just be all, like I say, fishing on the bottom.
On the deck.
Yeah. And like I say, the conditions aren't great, are they? It's like an easterly wind, freezing cold wind. But like I say, you just never know.
It's
There's that many
it's
fish in
definitely
here.
fresh today.
Yeah.
It's very fresh.
There's that many fish in this lake as well. Like I said, they could easily come off the bottom, but it's just that cold, I can't see it.
Yeah, and we just heard just before the camera time that yesterday was a match here.
On this, on lakes 8 and 9, yeah.
And this lake won by 18 pounds.
18 pounds, which is
that's not much.
ridiculous. Considering how many fish are in here, honestly, it's absolutely lifting. But like I say, it just must be the drop in weather. Like I say, I was speaking to George, the bailiff, this morning, and he said on Friday there was actually a frost here. So it's 'cause it's the end of April and there's still a frost. It's mad.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's going to warm up soon.
So are you up for the challenge?
Yeah, come
Good.
on.
Let's do it, mate. Let's go. So, Sam,
Yes.
challenge time.
Challenge time.
Here is my bucket.
So it's challenged me on the, I think it's probably the coldest day of the year. It's colder today than it is in January.
Yes, it is. So, the challenge is how many fish you can catch in 20 minutes. What do you think? How many fish you can catch in 20 minutes?
5 or 6.
Oh, come on. I can catch 5 fish in 20 minutes.
Right, well what we'll do is, I'll go first, and then you have a go after me.
Sounds all right. Okay, so hold on. Let's set the timer on. 20 minutes. Are you ready?
Ready, mate.
3, 2, 1. All in.
Go. I'm nervous though.
Are you?
Yeah,
Come on, don't be.
I'm shaking. Can you see me, Paul tip?
Well, because I'm sitting next to you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's scary.
Right.
So what we doing, Sam?
So all we're doing, mate, is we are fishing maggot short in the deep water.
How deep is the water?
It is, I'd say, just under 5 foot. Oh, little sign then. And all we're doing, we're just fishing maggots on the bottom. Just dead simple fishing.
You fed quite aggressive with the maggot.
Yeah, so
You fed quite a lot.
obviously we're trying to catch them on the bottom today. It's freezing cold. Say an hour ago we were hardly getting a bite, were we? So the aim is to try and keep them on the bottom. So it's about still feeding fairly regular, but feeding.
I've just interrupted your blooming video, haven't I, folks? I do apologise. You were watching Des shit, weren't you? Catching loads of fish and Andy Power and all that. But very important message. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and then that'll remind you to watch our fantastic videos.
More than you would do if you were fishing shallow. So obviously shallow fishing is all about, little bits of bait really often. this is about feeding still often. Do you know what I mean? It's F1 fishing, so
Yeah.
you still need some bait going through the water, but it's about feeding a little bit more bait in one hit, like I say, and then just being a little bit more patient. Like I said, there's definitely some fish sat off the bottom, because as I threw my maggots in that first time and put my rig in, I've had a couple of little signs. The problem is, because we're fishing so close to ourselves, and it's been as tricky as it has been today.
By the way, you can't blame the cameraman now because it's sitting next to you.
No, I never blame the cameraman.
So you need to find a better excuse today.
Yeah, I never blame the cameraman.
Oh, no.
Never. I think I just had another little sign then.
2 minutes in.
No chance, 2 minutes.
Yeah, 2 minutes right now.
I'd say 30 seconds on mine.
Oh,
Got
on.
one.
Go on,
Got
Sam.
one, Zol.
Go on, Sam. By the way, gudgeon and roach and that kind of species doesn't count.
No?
F1 or carp. Is it carp here?
Yeah, there's some carp in here, mate. Yeah.
So F1 or carp.
What's that?
That's an F1.
That's an F1, that. Number one of the day.
Not my favourite species.
No. You like the old skimmers.
Oh yeah, skimmer's bream.
Oh, still in the net there. Number one.
Number 1.
Right. And then, mate.
Say 2 minutes time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right. So all I'm fishing is double white maggot, and I'm just hooking them through the pointy end.
Okay.
Just feel it's better, you know, they don't seem to go over your hook point the same. And then it's just a case of repeating the process, so it's, again, a little bit of bait.
What you using rig-wise, like F1 maggot?
Yeah, this is so this one's a 4x12 F1 maggot, and that's just shotted with a Bulk 2 droppers. It's a Bulk number 10s, 2 number 10 droppers, and then I've just got 2 number 8 back shot above my float. So it has been really windy today. It's dropped a little bit, to be fair, now, hasn't it? And I've got another rig set up, and that's just a 4x10 F1 maggot on about 4 foot of line, and that is just in case they decide to come up off the bottom. I don't think they will, and that's just got
Not with that kind of feather, I think.
no chance. I think that's just got five number 10s, and they're just spread out through like the bottom, probably 2 foot of my rig.
Okay. Are you using a back shot if I see right?
Yes. Yeah, so I've got 2 number 8 back shots on this one, and I've got the same on the other. I've got 2 number 8 back shots on that one.
Is it a big help when
See
it's
that then?
windy like that, isn't it?
Yeah, massive. You say it's so important, especially like say it's probably just under 5 foot there, so it's quite a light float, a 4x12 for 5 foot. But I feel it's a lot more important to fish as light as you can. I'd rather try and get away with fishing, like say, a 4x10, 4x12 float with some back shot than I would putting a 4x14 or a 4x16 on. I just feel like you get more bite.
Okay, to be fair, that one would be my other question, because that kind of conditions I easily put on the 4x14.
4x14. Or sometimes if it's that bad and it's towing, and like I say, obviously the bigger and the more open the lake is, the heavier the float you will have to fish, obviously with the tow and everything. But snake lakes, generally you can get away with fishing lighter floats.
Okay.
Like I say, it's just your back shot, that's the biggest thing. I'd even sometimes, rather than putting a heavier float on, say a 4x14 or a 4x16, I'd add a little bit of line on the bottom. So rather than plumbing up like to the bottom of the body, say, I'd add 2 or 3 inch on, so that you can fish a lighter float. So I've missed a couple of signs this time. All I'm going to do is, can you see him there? There's an odd fish. I feel like there's an odd fish coming off the bottom. So what I'm going to do is, just once, I'm going to pick 20, 25 maggots up, and I'm just going to throw them at my float and just see what happens. It's going
That's a lot of maggots.
a little bit past, yeah. Say, but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to keep them on the bottom. So we've only got 20 minutes.
Oh.
Sometimes, see a little sign then, sometimes it can take 20 minutes if you come up shallow to find out what depth they're at.
Okay.
But this time of year is all like when it's warming up, when it's cooling down. If they don't want to be on the bottom, you won't catch them on the bottom. Basically, you've got to catch them where they want to be.
Oh yeah.
It's not like summer fishing.
They are somewhere like no man's land, like
Yes.
not shallow, but not on the bottom
exactly. And that's the problem with like fishing quite short today. It's only
Oh,
there we go,
go
little
on.
sign. Don't know if that one's in the mouth though. That one might be foul up. That. Yeah, it's come off that. So I'm just going to chuck some maggots in.
Nobody likes to see
No,
them.
no. But like I say, this type of fishing, this method, that happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, up, we don't want that. We don't want to be hooking our keep net.
No, it doesn't count.
So all I'm going to do is same
You
again.
still have got 6.5 minutes.
Left.
No, it's 6.5 minutes.
I was going to say.
You still have 13 minutes.
Right. So I've only got one. Right, same again. So what I'm going to do, flick your rig past, let it all straighten up. A few maggots, 15, 20, 25 maggots. Like I say, I'm keeping my pole tip quite low to the water. My back shot is,
Oh.
can you see that?
Yeah.
So what happened is, obviously a fish off the bottom. But what I'm doing is, if you drop your pole tip as your float's settling up, can you see how long it's taking to settle up?
Yes.
It slows the rate of the fall down. Especially when it's like this, when they're looking at your bait. That can be massive.
I was gonna ask you, it's like, because definitely now they are not on the bottom.
No, there's an odd fish shallow.
So, and you're fishing like a 2 droppers and the ball.
Yeah, a bulk and 2
Would-
droppers.
Would you use like a tapered rig or something like that to catch them on the fall, to give them more time to find the hook bait on the fall?
I never do when you're fishing it like in the deepest water. Say it was another little sign then. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it one more go, and then I'm going to pick that other rig up, that shallow rig, and see if I can get a bite. But no, if I'm fishing in the deeper water, I would never string my shot out. What I'd do is I'll pick the shallow rig up and see if I can find him with the shallow rig. Like I say, I don't feel like, another little sign then. In the shallow water, definitely, I always fish strung out shots. But I just feel like if you're missing an odd bite down the middle, it takes too long having to reset your rig all the time.
Oh, okay.
When they're on the bottom and you're getting bites, a bulk and 2 droppers, even a bulk and 1 dropper in the summer when it's really good. So there we go, well, there's one. So there's still an odd fish on the bottom. But what I'm going to do this time is, just for a minute, I'm going to pick that shallow rig up and just see, it's set at about 3 foot deep. I'm just going to see if I can get a bite. Oh, missed it. Don't do that, Sam. Take your time with him.
Take your time. You still have got plenty of time.
Yeah. There we go. Oh, missed him again, Zolt. That is an awful bit of netting. Got him that time, though. I don't think he's foul. Look, I think he's just wrapped round. Oh, no, he is. He is. In the fin. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm just going to put that rig down.
You know, by the international rules, that doesn't count.
It does count. Anybody can catch him in the mouth, Zolt. Can't they? So as you can see, that's set at 3 foot. So I've just got 1,
okay.
2, 3, 4 number 10s down the line
So
and 1 under the float.
We're going shallow.
We're going shallow. So I'm not going to change anything. I'm not going to change the way that I'm feeding. Nothing's going to change. Because if I don't get any signs on this, what I don't want to do is I don't want to be starting to chuck 10 lots of maggot in twice and not be able to get a bite on the bottom. So it's literally just the same. So flick your rig out past, pick your maggots up. 1, 2. And it's just a case of holding onto that rig. Obviously this will take a little bit longer to settle up. It's a lighter float and I've got strung out shot. It's just a case of seeing if we get any signs. Like I say, they might not be, they might just be set a foot off the bottom.
Oh.
Little indication there, do you see it?
Yeah. Oh,
There we go.
go on.
You see?
Go on, Sam.
So considering that is literally the first fish we've had shallow today as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's not like...
And it did look like a much more positive bite.
Yeah, well this will be a big old one as well, this I bet.
What elastic are you using?
This one, so on my bottom rig I've just got 13 Duraslip.
That's a good all round.
Yeah, and on this one I've just got 10 Jura Holler.
Oh, okay.
There we go, number
That's
3.
a nice fish. Is it a third? Third
What?
one, second one? I lost counting. You caught
I think that's the 6.
No, definitely not, mate.
Number 3 that.
Number 3. 9 minutes left, exactly.
Right, so we're on course. Just. Right, so all I'm going to do, one of those...
You're going to stay on this rig?
Definitely. That was a lot quicker than that one on the bottom. Like I say, it was Nice clean bite. Like I say, on the bottom I was missing an odd bite. It's just a case. I'm just going to wait a second. I'm just going to put my rig in. Just wait a second because there's a big gust of wind coming, and I don't want to have a missed throw. See another little sign then.
Yeah.
So again, same again. So like I say, that could just have been one fish. So I don't want to ruin the chances of catching her on the bottom if we do have to drop back on there. So I'm just going to sit there like that and just wait. Another big gust of wind coming. And all I do is just 8 inch, just lift and fold your rig back in. Little sign then, do you see it?
No, I haven't seen it.
There's a tiny little sign then just as my rig was settling back up. And again,
Yeah,
little sign.
I've seen that one.
So what they might be a little bit shallower than that. Okay, so I'll just try again.
Don't tell me that in these Baltic conditions you're going to fish shallow.
Yeah. I say it's not shallow fishing as in middle of summer shallow fishing on a little sign. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to come back. Obviously we've only got 20 minutes, so I need to find out.
No, you don't have 20 minutes.
No,
you,
but
you have 7 minutes.
So I've just took 4 or 5 inch off there. Same again now. Flick your rig out past 1, 2. Say that them 2 number 8 back shot, keeping a tight line to that float. Obviously with this wind, that's really important. But this shallow fishing, it's not like shallow fishing in the summer where you're slapping your rig all the time and there we go.
Oh,
You see, so I just took 4 or 5 inch off. Another little bite. Yeah, but like I say, it's not like shallow fishing in the summer where you're firing bait and you're catching them really shallow, you're slapping your rig all the time. It's more a case of flicking your rig in there.
That one is in the mouth.
Yeah, in the mouth, yeah. What's that, number 4? How long left, Alt?
6 minutes and 27 seconds.
I'll catch another 5 in that now.
Go on, Sam.
I don't think so, mate. Same again. Flick your rig out past, let it straighten up.
Maggots.
Yeah. 1, 2, right on top of your float, and then just hold your rig tight. See that little sign then as it's settling
I've
up?
seen it, yep.
And again. So I'm just going to lift 6 inch and just drop my rig back in. What you don't want to do is you don't want to come too shallow because you won't be able to see what's going on. Say if I come to 15, 16 inch, I'm not going to be able to see what's in my peg. Like you,
Yes.
This type of shallow fishing, you are going to miss bites. You want to miss bites.
Oh.
Another little sign. I don't know whether that one's in the mouth. Might not be. Like Shamu there. Have you seen it?
Definitely an angry
Isn't
one.
it? I don't think this one is in the mouth, so I'm just going to try and take my time with it. If I get it in, it's a bonus.
Don't hit
I
me
won't
with
get
the-
you, I won't get you.
Oh. A decent size of fish.
Yeah, they're good stamp. This lake in particular, like I say, we're on the loop today. Come off. There's the little scale on the hook. So all I'm going to do now, quickly, I'm just going to take 2 inch off because I felt like that wasn't far off the right depth. How long's out?
4 minutes 40 seconds left.
Right.
You have plenty of time, mate.
Yeah. So all yeah, like I say, we're on this lake, the loop today. So obviously at Bradshaw's here we've got Lake 8, the loop and Lake 9. And this lake and Lake 8, the fish seem to be a little bit bigger than they are in Lake 9. Obviously all 3 lakes are absolutely stuffed with fish. So yeah, just let it settle up. No bites this time.
So
what I'm
you're
gonna
not
do,
going back to the other rig, to the bottom one?
not now, I don't think. Like I say, we've only got 4 minutes left, so what I might have to do though is if I don't get a sign within the next 20-30 seconds, I'm just going to come back and put another 2 or 3 inch on. Like I say, I was getting loads of signs before. Obviously, I fouled up that fish, but I've gone back in this time and I've not had a sign. With a little lift. I'm just going to throw one more lot of maggots. Once, twice, just see.
When you're fishing with maggots, are you using only white maggots?
Winter time, I use red maggots. Summertime, I tend to use white maggots.
So today you brought the wrong colour.
Definitely. Like I say, we probably should have started on bread today, so I've not had a sign. I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to come straight back, slide that back shot up a little bit, another 4 or 5 inch on, and go back in. It's just a case of repeating the process. Hold your line tight. No, I tend to use white maggots in the summer, and red maggots in the winter. That's just, see a little sign.
Yeah.
I've sat there for a minute probably before when I shallowed up and never got an indication. I've just put 4 or 5 inch back on and straight away a little indication. And again, little sign. And again, like I say, it's just annoying with that wind, just being able to hold your rig still.
Oh yeah,
That's the
wind
most
is horrendous.
Another thing though is if you, especially this time of year, if you were to fish a really short line, like Max Rules on here, it's a 12 inch lash anyway at Bradshaw's.
Yeah.
But if you were to fish a really short line, because the water's still clear, you wouldn't get any signs, or you would catch an odd one. There we go, I've got one. You would still get bites, obviously, but you won't get as many signs as you would if you were doing this.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's a nice one.
Yeah, another nice one. So that's 5. 5 and lost 1 or 2.
You still have got 1 minute and 40 seconds.
So hopefully, if I can get the hook out of this, there we go.
Hook-wise, are you using SFL bead?
I'm using an SFL today, mate. Yeah, 16s SFL. Obviously, when the fishing starts to get better and it starts to warm up, that's then going to my GPMs. But at the minute, obviously, with it being as cold as it has been today and how hard it's been, I've just stuck with an SFL. So 2 feeds. Let's see if we can get one more. Oh, that's a nasty gust. We don't want that. I say, considering Zolt, an hour ago, or an hour and a half ago, we weren't getting many signs at all. To think now we're catching shallow, it's mad.
It's crazy.
Like I said, there was a match on this lake yesterday, well, over the whole of the complex, but this particular, the loop, obviously it's absolutely stuffed fish, £18, wasn't it? Which is madness, especially for the end of April, but it just shows how cold it is. How long's Zolt? I'm going to feed again.
25 seconds.
Come on, I need one more.
You still can get one more.
One more.
You got 20, 19. I'm not going to count back.
So I've not had any signs this time. Like I say, I felt there was an odd one in my peg before.
You need to catch at least one more, mate.
What, have I got 5?
You said 6, no?
5 or 6? I said.
5 or 6. Okay.
6 would have been nice.
All out.
Ah. No. 5 I'll have to do. 5 and lost 1. Didn't I? Or did I lose 2?
Yeah, but it's still, compared to, for these conditions,
Yeah.
It's still...
I would have took that, definitely. 100%.
Okay. Well done, mate.
Cheers, pal.
So, Sam.
Oh, get that out of the way, mate. Put that there. Yeah, go on.
The challenge is finished.
Yeah,
5 fish in 20 minutes.
5 and lost 1.
5 and lost 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, it's always the biggest one which you lost. So.
Oh, that big, it
Yeah.
was massive.
Yeah.
Yeah, huge thing.
But to be fair, that 20-minute challenge was interesting to see that because obviously for me, therefore fishing is not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
And it was interesting to see that how quick you need to adapt for the situation, how quick you need to change the depth,
Yeah,
the
your rigs,
and,
yeah.
and that sort of thing. So for me, it was more likely like a crash course
Yeah.
than a challenge.
Yeah. That's basically as it is throughout the match, though. You're always doing that. It's not just like a 20-minute challenge. That's 5 hours. You know, sometimes 1 minute you'll go and you'll catch 5 on the bottom. Then next thing they're up again. Then you won't get any signs and you're back on the bottom. You're chopping and changing all the time, and that's the aim of the game. Trying to keep putting something in your net.
Yeah, it's totally different than like other sort of fishing. Because
Well, your sort of fishing
you try to make it happen on the other sort of fishing, but this F1 fishing, you need to actually find the fish.
Yes, of course.
to catch them.
Especially this time of year, because like I was saying to you, if they're sat at like that's been the best depth shallows today, which just over 2.5 foot. If they're sat here, you won't get a sign.
Yeah.
And it's the same there. You'll get an odd liner, but they won't pick your bait up. So that's why it's so important that you're at exactly the right depth. If you're not at the right depth, they will not eat your bait.
Are you using often that sort of deep, shallow rig?
Well, obviously it's really cold today, isn't it? So the warmer it gets, usually the higher up they come. But obviously in the summer, you can still catch them like that. Say you have a day where it's rained or a night where it's rained. A lot of the time they won't come really high up. And again, that deep, shallow rig can be deadly.
Okay.
But it's always good to start on that, because say you start on that 2.5 foot, even in the middle of summer, and you're missing some bites, you know there's some fish in your peg. You can always pick your shallower rig up then, like your dibber or whatever, just a shallow rig, and have a go on that.
The other thing what I realized that we've been out for filming a few times now, and you're always using a short kit.
Every time for F1 fishing, it's so important that your pole's like as stiff as it can be. You've seen how little the bites are, especially on the bottom. Your pole needs to be as stiff as it can be.
You don't even use a proper top kit for F1 fishing?
Not for any F1 fishing. Obviously for carp you do, because you
Yeah.
want more elastic in your
Yes,
top kits,
of
you get
course.
bottomed out. But for F1 fishing, I only ever use, for any type of snake lake fishing, even if I'm fishing for carp up to like 8, 9, 10 pound, I'll still only use a short kit.
Okay. Do you think that it makes difference that you're using the grey kit?
I don't know if it makes a difference. It's just peace of mind. And I think it makes a bit of a difference. Other people will say it doesn't, but I think it does. And obviously, I've got the older one, so it's just easier to mark your kits on. That's why with the pens.
Oh yeah, the new.
That's another,
yeah.
Obviously, the new ones have them already marked, but they're just wrote on. But yeah, I do. Other people say it doesn't, but like I say, it's just peace of mind that when you're fishing, you think, yeah, well, at least they can't see my pole tip. Yeah.
So well done, mate.
Cheers.
5 fish in 20 minutes.
5.
I'm going to think what kind of challenge I'm going to find you the next time.
You'll probably get 10 in. You're probably 10 in 10 minutes in the middle of winter on bread or something. Won't you?
By the way,
something.
we're not going to do the second part of the challenge when I'm fishing, because it looks really hard to fish.
Oh, it's
today,
it's super windy in that now, so you won't be able to fish. Yeah.
Yeah.
I found where they are for you. All you'd have to do is go on that.
So
And
we can say that you won today.
yeah, we'll go with that then. Yeah.
Yeah, you
So-
can go with that. Thank you for watching, guys, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the Preston Innovation YouTube channel.